My name is pronounced Cody Wanner. That's W-A-N-N. Wanner. It rhymes with honor. Cody Wanner. Fun fact, my first name is actually Robert. Cody's my middle name, don't tell anybody. And this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Where did I grow up? I grew up in Pennsylvania, York, Pennsylvania. It's about 45 minutes south of where I live right now. Now I work out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. How did you get into making videos? I started, like 99% of you, making skateboarding videos, skate videos as we would call them. Shooting, editing. I mostly just watched my buddy Elliot edit. He was fantastic at editing. I didn't understand the program. I don't even know what it was at the time. That was like back in 2000. We would shoot on like high 8 or digital 8 tapes, little Sony Handycam. Then I started making like recaps, summer recaps, which was very fun with all my friends, playing frisbee, jumping into pools, going on adventures, going swimming in creeks and stuff. Traveled after high school, made a bunch of recap videos of that, went to Turkey, super fun. Studied film in college. After a quick stint in development, which is kind of like sales for a nonprofit, I started doing freelance video and started a video production company, then started a YouTube channel. That is the quick and dirty history of how I got into video making. Do you have any formal training making videos? Yes, I studied film. So much about the technology has changed. I wouldn't say I have much formal training in like the technological side of it, but in terms of storytelling, we did study communication theory and also the art and science of story. So I do have some formal training. What was your first job? My first job was working for my dad in his company, R.A. Wanner Landscape. We were installing and creating outdoor living spaces, flowers, patios, pergolas, just like the places you want to go and be outside in your yard. My second job, which I still had in high school, was a cashier at Giant, which is the grocery store around here. Third job was a server at an Italian restaurant called Pomodoros. Yeah, that's it. It was really just, I answered more than the actual question there. Why did you start making YouTube videos? Watched some Casey Neistat, / all of Casey Neistat's entire channel. Loved it, loved vlogging, loved like this like new media form of filmmaking, you know, that he was all about. And, always thought like I could and should do that and I would be good at that. And then never did anything about it for like 2 years. Read a book that was like, you know what you need to do, just do it. And I was like, that's vlogging. So I started a daily vlog. The whole point was just to encourage like entrepreneurs and small business owners to just keep going, because I was at the time a small business owner and was having a hard time keeping going. And getting into debt, like all of the hard stuff about running a small business. And so yeah, that was the premise of the vlog. It was this amazing like daily goal to hit, which I am a huge advocate of now, shipping something every day, some revenue generator. At the time, it wasn't even generating revenue, but it felt big, and it was big. I think the vlog impacted a lot of people and, launched my career into this kind of new media, social media, video world that I'm in now. And yeah, that was why I started. Was that the question? What was the first video of yours that popped? The very first one that popped was I was standing across the street from 368. Casey Neistat happened to hop out and go from like one side of it to the other side of it. And I yelled over, "Hey Casey, you got a second?" And he was like, "No." And then I made a video titled, "My interview with Casey Neistat changed my life." And you might feel like that's clickbait, and yes, it was. But also, I did glean quite a bit from that interview single question interview from across the street with Casey, and just the power of saying no, something I still struggle with to this day, and I think everybody does. But that was the first one that like got a little caught up in the algo, and people were like, "Look at this guy, he's just trying to copy Casey." And I was like, I mean, to be honest, I am copying Casey. I'm not trying to copy Casey, but like I'm inspired by Casey and I'm making vlogs so I could see how you would make the connection. Made videos about that concept of copying and whether that's okay or not. Later got to do some videos with Peter McKinnon that popped, and then videos on like making money as a freelance videographer, some of those popped. My most viewed video on the channel is actually an iPhone hack, kind of about how to delete all of your photos at once, which is super funny to me, but it's there. And I did that while I was daily vlogging, released 2 videos or 3 videos that day. That was one of them. Still the most viewed video to this day, and I think that's hilarious. How many countries have you visited? I don't know if I know the answer to that offhand. Dang. I'll just take a second. I'll count them up. Turkey, Guatemala, Albania, French West Indies, Guadeloupe, Mexico, the British Virgin Islands, Canada, Northern Ireland, France, Italy, Austria, Germany. Oh, Honduras. Oh, Thailand. Huge one for me. That was where I got the clarity to like quit my full-time job and go into video freelance. I think that's it. I think I've been to 14 countries. Thank you for making me do that. Real quick, sponsor of the video, Squarespace. It's the place you go on the internet to build your website right online. You don't need to know how to code. You can just use the templates that they have there. They're super professional. You can have something great that looks good, that's good for you and your clients, but you also don't need to like know how to build it. Host your portfolio there. You can sell stuff right in a shop, sell services, schedule appointments, email marketing, all sorts of marketing, all right within a Squarespace site. If you want to try it out, go to squarespace.com/Cody Wanner, and then when you're ready to buy, use the code Cody Wanner to get 10% off your first purchase. What are you passionate about? A lot. No Small Creator is something that I started in 2018. That's just the idea that like, it doesn't matter how big your following is, you can do anything. And if you can take something from inside your head and put it out into the world and make it real, whether that's a business or a video or a painting or a piece of like furniture that you make out of wood or a patio that you build with your dad, whatever you're taking in here and putting out into the world, there's nothing small about that. It's absolutely huge. You're leaving a mark. That's No Small Creator. Passionate about that. Passionate about helping people with ADHD or people who think they might have ADHD focus and crush stuff and like realize their genius and get stuff done. I found out I had ADHD when I sort of always knew, but I got diagnosed at I think age 24. No, maybe age 26/28, one of those two. And definitely an even number in my 20s. Ever since then, just like learning how to embrace it, learning how to work with the rhythms of it. It's an ongoing battle and struggle. I've tried different medications and like all this different stuff, but favorite song right now is Cry by Alice in Wonderland. Some swearing in there, just earmuffs. Favorite movie is and always has been The Princess Bride. I think I saw it when I was 7. My mom and dad fast forwarded the Pit of Despair part, but yeah, I can quote it word for word. Romance, fighting, swords, revenge, giants, war, strategy. Ugh. Just such a great movie. Comedy, I mean, it's hilarious. If you found out today's your last day on Earth, what would you spend it doing? I would 100% just like get me and my girls and we'd just go to the beach. We'd drive to the beach. They'd be like watching shows on the way to the beach. We get to the beach, we go swimming. We'd FaceTime some important people and just, I'd just sit in the love. I just would love my family and be with them. Coffee or tea? Coffee, for me. Advice for your 18-year-old self. Last question. The advice is just keep going. That's always the advice. Don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to explore the creative ideas that you have and just keep going, You can only fail if you stop. You might need to pivot. You might need to take an L, You might need to apologize, but you keep going, all right? And you embrace who you are and the challenges that are in front of you could become the path. The challenges can become the path. The obstacle is the way. All right? Let's go. See you out there. And remember, it's Cody Wanner, rhymes with honor. Thank you.